Mike, check. Justin Hunte, it's all happening. Thank you to everybody who rocks with the channel, sharing the good word of what we're doing over here, donating to the Linktree, donating to the Cash App, becoming members. I've got 5 members, y'all. 5 members, man. I'm gonna do something special for the 5 of you guys. It's priceless. It helps us continue to forward this mission. And also thank you to everyone that showed support for the recent videos on Schoolboy Q, his situation in Canada, in Toronto, where the police said, he said that the police told him that he couldn't perform at Drake's club in Canada. We'll see, I guess, in time what really went down with that situation, but there's a video on that. Also, there's a video on Big Sean and the subs he's been throwing on the rollout for his upcoming album. Looks like it'll be released on August 9th. Check that video too. And my breakdown on Lupe Fiasco's Samurai. I'm really proud of that one. This is a really, really great project. And so if you haven't seen anything around, if you haven't seen that video too, check it out. So that's what's been happening on here this week. It's all happening. I have a fun one for you today. Friday Fun Day, okay? Enough of this rap beef. Enough of this dicey, gang-related Hell's Angel situations. This is actually pretty funny. I just saw this come across my feed. So Family Feud. They had a category on Family Feud hosted by Steve Harvey, long-running game show. On Family Feud, they did a who are the top 10 rappers category. Okay. So this is Celebrity Family Feud. Let's check this out. Let's see if we agree with what the people polled for Family Feud believe are the best rappers of all time. This is going to be a good one. All right. So check it out. It's Celebrity Family Feud. This one is with Meghan Trainor and Tori Kelly. And they do their best to crown the GOAT. All right. So let's check it out.
Top 8 answers on the board. Who is the greatest rapper of all time?
Steve Harvey. Every time I see Steve Harvey, I think about freaking Pusha T. Steve Harvey suits made him. Steve Harvey suits you parade him. I think the line is. I don't know, man. Sometimes lyrics just get stuck in your head, and every time you see something, it just resonates with you. Because that is a Steve Harvey of Steve Harvey suits. It looks like Christmas time. It is certainly not. Let's see what they said.
J. Cole.
J. Cole. First answer is J. Cole. I think this is probably recorded before the battle. Has to be, right? Has to be recorded before the battle. Because J. Cole voted himself off of that island. Let's see what the survey says. Steve Harvey's face is kind of like, okay, we starting crazy out the gate.
J. Cole.
Cool. Look how surprised this guy looks. He looks shocked. He looks shocked. I mean, I think they genuinely believed that J. Cole would be one of the top 8 people. Now, a lot of this depends on the population of people who are paying, but I don't know. Maybe it's just me. You let me know if you think J. Cole is one of the top 8 rappers of all time, or would be in a list of top 8 if you just polled a bunch of people and asked them who the GOAT is, if he would be the top 8. Because that looked wild to me. But this guy, his face says otherwise.
Andre. Kendrick Lamar. Kendrick Lamar.
Not mad at that, clearly. You guys been rocking with my channel. I think he has a shot to be up there. Let's see what happens. Nope, no Kendrick Lamar. I'm actually not that surprised, considering this is Family Feud. I'm thinking this is going to be a little bit more traditional. And Kendrick Lamar really just cracked a lot of people's GOAT list, arguably this year. I did a GOAT piece on him in 2016. He wasn't my GOAT at that point in time, but I could see the argument. But he's top 3 to me. He's top 3. So I even did a GOAT episode on this channel where I went through my top 5 rappers, and I had Kendrick at number 3. I don't know, 7 years ago.
Wayne. Yes.
Lil Wayne.
Lil Wayne.
I'm not mad at Weezy now. Weezy's been around since the 90s. Lil Wayne's been around since the 90s. He's a millennial rapper. He was a teen rapper in the 90s. Technically, his competition was Lil Romeo and Lil Bow Wow. Lil Wayne's got classics on classics. Well, he's got a couple of classics. But he's got classic verses, classic songs, classic bars. Let's see what they say. No Lil Wayne, no Weezy. I don't think I have Weezy in my top 10, to be honest. I understand where people do. I think a lot of times when you get down to these top 10 lists, these GOAT lists, a lot of it has to do with preference, right? I mean, there's a base level of accomplishment I think that needs to be in there. I think it's very difficult to be on a GOAT list personally, anyway. If you haven't at least one platinum record, right? If you haven't at least had volume support your output or your talent, I think it's difficult, right? I think that, for example, if you just have a really thin catalog, right? But then there's certain people who are so influential that never had a classic or never had a platinum album, right? MF Doom was one of those guys. He's one of the most influential artists of this century. He has one of the most solid catalogs ever this century. Right? I mean, in general, I think he's got one of the most solid catalogs. He's always pushing the margins artistically forward. And he's super influential. So the combination of those things might supersede a platinum album, for example, right? So I say all that to say, I'm actually kind of surprised Lil Wayne didn't make that. He's nowhere in the top 8, right? But I don't have him in my top 10, so maybe there's a bunch of people like me who were polled.
Okay, y'all tripping now. Okay, Kayla.
Right.
It's Tupac.
Tupac.
Hold on real quick. Yeah, they tripping now. I agree with you, Steve Harvey. Coming right back to that. But the next one is Tupac. But Steve Harvey's face is funny right here.
Okay, Kayla.
It's Tupac.
Tupac.
Great answer. Great answer. Tupac.
Number 2. Tupac is number 2. Now, keep in mind, this is Family Feud again, y'all. Okay. I almost feel like the people on Family Feud maybe don't have that much information or experience watching Family Feud, because the fact that Tupac was the 3rd, the 4th name suggested. I mean, we got J. Cole before Tupac. We got Kendrick Lamar before Tupac. We got Lil Wayne before Tupac. And when we finally get Tupac, he's number 2. All right, who's number 1? Now, I feel like either Biggie got to be number 1 or Eminem got to be number 1, because it's Family Feud, right? These are people that they just polled from wherever. I feel like it's got to be Biggie or Eminem number 1, just guessing. Let's see what happens.
Pass the play. Good play. We go, Pip.
You guys are so Gen Z.
Then you guys are so Gen Z. That's too much truth.
Alwyn,
Yes.
who is the greatest rapper of all time?
Let's go with Biggie.
There we go. There we go, Alwyn Kelly, Tori's father. Let's see what we got. At number 6, he only got 5 votes. 5 votes for Biggie. 5 votes. He's at number 6. This is Family Feud, right? This is well-known. Obviously, this is the general population. And Biggie's at number 6 per this survey. I'm kind of surprised by that. So that means Eminem's got to be number 1. By my estimate. I'm guessing. Let's see.
Go.
Anthony, who's the greatest rapper of all time?
Jay-Z.
Number 1.
There we go. Okay, I'm not mad at Jay-Z. I'm not mad at Jay-Z. I'm not mad at Beyonce's husband, right? I did a grandma test on this channel, and I looked at all the people in the Forbes list, and I asked my grandma if she recognized any of the names. It was a piece on Tech Nine. My argument was, can you even be the GOAT if like Black people don't know who you are? Like Tech Nine has got all the accolades. He shows up on the Forbes list every year. He's paid out. He's super paid, right? He's prolific. He works with everybody that's of super MC stature. He's got respect across the board, but he doesn't have name recognition in the Black community. Anyway, I asked my mom about this, my grandmother about this list. It's called the grandma test. And I asked her about it. And I asked her mom, I said, Grandma, do you know who Jay-Z is? She says, yes, I know Jay-Z and Beyonce. To the general population, Jay-Z also is Beyonce's husband. So great job, Anthony Evans, Tori's friend. Let's see. Let's see if Jay-Z cracks this list. Beyonce's husband.
Jay-Z.
If you are, you are.
Jay-Z at 8. Beyonce's husband is 8. Probably one of the most visible rappers of the past 25 years. And he's 8. Who are they polling?
Oh, damn. Whoa.
Oh, y'all tripping. I mean, come on, hey. We in Rhode Island again? Where we at? Tori, who's the greatest rapper of all time?
Nas?
Great answer. Great answer. Shout out to my homie Brooklyn Finest over there in Boxstead. That dude, my man in Boxstead, is the biggest Nas advocate I've ever run across. And Nas fans walk so J. Cole fans can run. You know what I mean? But Nas fans are really Nas fans, and Nas has got one of the best catalogs ever. Billboard just came out with a list of their top 10 rap albums of all time. And Illmatic was number 1. I believe it was number 1. It was either that or Lauryn Hill. I remember being disappointed because Lauryn Hill was on there. Not that that's not a fantastic album. Not that it's not unquestionably hip hop. Not that it's not one of the best albums to ever come out in my lifetime in any genre. But because it's barely a rap album, I feel like it's just barely. Like, I'm not even sure that album is 51% rap, right? Like, I feel like that album is probably 52% R&B. But nevertheless, Illmatic was number 1. Let's see if Nas cracks this list.
I
Nas!
gotta think of rappers.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. So look at this. Look at this right now. We've got Tupac, Biggie, and Jay-Z who cracked the GOAT conversation, right? Tupac and Biggie are inextricably connected to each other through timing, fate, and just the gravity of their catalogs. You got Jay-Z, who's inextricably tied to Biggie, right? These are 3 of the biggest rap names ever in hip-hop history. And J. Cole's not here, Kendrick's not here, Lil Wayne's not here, Nas isn't here. Like, the artists that they've gone down haven't cracked this top 8. And all of those names that didn't crack this top 8, people suggested them before Eminem. Like, before Eminem. I feel like Eminem's probably the most obvious rapper. Like, you could just go outside and say Eminem, and everybody knows that. Everybody knows that. Kids know Eminem. You know what I mean? No one said Eminem. Tori Kelly's like, I'm trying to think of some rappers. Tori Kelly didn't even think of Eminem. Let's see. Let's see where we go next. This is wild. I'm having a good time with this, if you can't tell. Happy Fun Friday. Fun Friday, happy Fun Friday.
See, I think you're thinking as a hip-hop head.
That right?
I don't think that's who answered these questions.
Big facts. Big facts.
Dre, we got one strike. Who's the greatest rapper of all time? Eminem. He's a
Here we go. Coming in at number 1. Coming in at number 1. Let's see.
bad point. Eminem.
Yeah!
Number 3. Eminem is not the greatest rapper of all time per people polled on Family Feud. Who's left? If we're going strictly name recognition, I guess now it's like Snoop. Who's on my wall? Who's not going to make it? Most Def's not going to be in there. Outkast ain't going to. It's not going to be Kanye. They're still punishing Kanye on all these lists. Billboard put out a top 10 rappers list again and does a top 10 rap albums list again and didn't have any Kanye West albums in the top 10. Okay. Like, I don't care what you're doing. I don't care what is happening with Kanye West. You can't have a top 10 rap albums list without the College Dropout. It hits all the metrics. All the metrics. You can argue that 3, maybe 4 Kanye West albums are arguably the top 10 albums of all time, right? But I don't think they're going to put Kanye West on here. I don't think so. They got Eminem at number 3, right? You got Snoop left. We'll see how this goes. But Snoop's the only big one I can think. If Snoop's on, he got to be on here somewhere. Snoop hosts The Olympics. Let's see.
That's good. That's good.
Taylor, who's the greatest rapper of all time?
Snoop Dogg?
Snoop Dogg.
Come on.
Yeah. Then that makes sense, right? If you look at Doggy Style, when Doggy Style dropped, what's that, 93? I'm speaking fast. It feels like 93. Snoop Dogg's the biggest rapper on the planet. He's the biggest, Doggy Style is one of the biggest phenomenon we've ever seen in hip hop, right? And he's gone from that to porn, to Martha Stewart, to Murder Was the Case, to No Limit, to the Olympics. Snoop Dogg passed the grandma test too, of course. But Snoop's number one. Okay, I'm with it. I see it.
Wow.
Alwyn, he's the greatest rapper of all time.
Big Z. I don't.
Big Z. Big Z. He read out. This is how deep, I guess maybe this is how more niche maybe rap really is. I spend a lot of time talking about life through the lens of hip hop. I feel like everybody connects with it. He has some names. He was able to participate, but we get around to, what's this? We get 7, 8 rappers deep. He's like, I don't know, man. Big Z. Look at Steve Harvey's face. Look at this right here. Steve Harvey is all of us right now.
Yes, sir.
I knew it.
There's got to be a big.
I knew he was out.
Yes.
Big Z.
Whoa.
Well, y'all don't know. Big Z is Jay-Z's uncle.
Yes. Big Z.
Jay-Z's uncle. We got 2 strikes, Anthony. Come on, man. Save the day. Trainer team can steal.
I'm going to say Ice Cube.
Not mad at that. Not mad at that either. Based on this, right? This is Gen Pop rappers, right? These are rappers that the general population might recognize. Ice Cube, all the movies, Big 3, NWA. Ice Cube, not mad at you, Anthony. Not mad at all. Let's see.
Ice Cube.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good.
No, Ice Cube. Now I'm wondering whether or not these rappers that are left are actually going to even be good rappers. Like, I'm wondering now. Like, are they really going to be GOAT level rappers left, or is this going to be? I think somebody going to say Drake. Is Drake going to pop up? Let's see this.
So y'all tripping. What is y'all tripping?
Wow.
Y'all tripping.
Who else is up there?
Megan, who's the greatest rapper of all time?
Drake.
There it is. This is the face of the Drake fan. When people say Drake's gonna be fine, this is who they're talking about, right? They're talking about people who may not know anything about hip hop. They're talking about general music fans. They're talking about general pop fans. That's Eminem's in a similar category, right? You can argue that Eminem has more fans than they're fans of hip hop, right? You can argue that because he brought so many people in just by the nature of who he was. Same thing with Drake, right? Drake is an international artist. Drake is the first international artist to break America. That's inspiring for all of the world that's interested in this at all. That's not American. He is the first non-American to be the #1 guy in rap, right? And so when people talk about Drake's gonna be fine, his fans don't care about this. His fans show up on Twitter talking about Kendrick Lamar just showed up. He's only big because of Drake. When you see people who are talking about nobody's heard of these rappers until Drake showed up. No one heard about 21 Savage until Drake showed up. No one heard about Migos until Drake showed up. It is Meghan Trainor type fans. They got into a whole huddle. They got into a huddle, called their play, and their play is Drake. This is the epitome of the Drake fan right here. Let's see if Drake cracks this top 8.
Got it. Drake.
That's in my heart.
Drake.
Oh God, thank you. Not even Drake cracked this list, right? And I think that's probably really telling because Eminem's #3. You know what I mean? They talk about Drake being an actor, and Degrassi was a big show in Canada, but outside of that, you know, he hasn't flexed those acting muscles on a regular basis in a long time, right? Like not like, you know, Snoop Dogg. I mean, Snoop Dogg's on TV all the time. Tupac, icon, and he was an actor. Biggie, icon. He wasn't an actor, but Biggie and Tupac inextricably tied, right? You got Jay-Z down there, Beyonce's husband. Eminem is number 3. Drake didn't make it. So let's see who's left. That means the other team won, right? That's how the show goes. Let's go see what happened. That was a struggle round, by the way, but Team Tory won.
Before we flip over these last 3, I want to apologize to the entire hip-hop community.
We accept your apology. We accept your apology.
Say things last. What the world? Number 7.
50 Cent. Makes sense. Another actor, another producer. He's a master troll, classic albums, platinum sales. He fits the description.
5.
LL Cool J. There we go. Another icon on TV, in movies, classic album. People saw him on TV. And, you know, he's a great pitch man for all kinds of products throughout his career. Wore a FUBU hat in a Gap commercial. That's unheard of. LL Cool put on one of the best live shows. Top 3 live show I've ever been to was an LL Cool J live show. You know, so, but he is crossed over to personality territory a long time. I went to the LL Cool J listening for his upcoming album with Q-Tip, or Q-Tip produced it. Really great work. Really great work. All right, let's see who number 4 is.
That's psyched.
This bad boy, number 4.
Dr. Dre. Now look at this list. Look at this. Snoop Dogg, he's from Dr. Dre family tree. Tupac, he's from Dr. Dre family tree. Eminem, he's from the Dr. Dre family tree. Dr. Dre, you got 50 Cent, he's from the Dr. Dre family tree. Tupac and Biggie are going at each other. That's directly tied to the Dr. Dre family tree as well. And then Jay-Z. Jay-Z did a lot of great work with Dr. Dre. They did a lot of great work together, especially on the Blueprint too, and on 2001. So, wow, though. I was very shocked at how this list played out, because if you really want to take a look at what impact looks like, this is why people revere Dr. Dre. Dr. Dre's not even really a rapper, right? He's a producer. He raps. People give him verses and he delivers them great. But look at the influence he's had. Look at this. Like, you have 6 out of the 8. You know, 75% of this list came from Dr. Dre. You want to talk about impact? That's what that looks like. Let me know what you guys think about this this Family Feud episode. I got a kick out of this. You know, I think it's always interesting to me what's actually cracking the zeitgeist. What is actually crossing over into the mainstream. And with shows like Family Feud and things like that, you really get a taste of it. It makes that Kendrick Lamar, truthfully, it makes homeboy who suggested Kendrick Lamar in the beginning, makes that look probably more in line than it might originally seem. He's also part of the Dr. Dre family tree. You know, I think this is a fantastic list. I'm glad Drake didn't make it. I'm sorry. I'm getting called, people been telling me I'm a Drake hater. Okay, whatever. But like, this list is a fun episode of Family Feud. I wonder if they're gonna do this more often, because I think that if you poll different people around the country, you might get different answers. You know, I'm not sure where these people were polled from, but very hard to argue anyone's had more impact in hip hop than Dr. Dre himself. It's very difficult. And I think this is just another reminder of the gravity of the Dr. Dre family tree. Let me know what you guys think about this. I hope you enjoyed this reaction. There was a couple other stories I wanted to do, but I felt like this would be a fun detour. And thank you to everybody who continues to watch and support the channel and donate to the Linktree. My name is Justin Hunte. Like and subscribe to the channel. Follow @TheCompanyMan on everything. It's all happening.
Justin Hunte is here, it's all happening. Justin Hunte is here, it's all happening. The mathematical breakdown of this mighty game of rap we in. It's boom bapping in. Systematical culture views us radical, it's all happening. Shaking hands and dapping it. Life through the lens of hip hop, from trip hop to yes, y'all, you don't stop, you don't stop. Justin Hunte is here, it's all happening. It's all happening, yes, it's all happening. Justin Hunte is here, it's all happening. It's all happening, yes, it's all happening.